Sorry, Ruby, I don't have a song. What's going on, everyone? Welcome. It is Saturday, time for our live stream. Doing some things. I see the RPM raid did come in, so be careful. This stream may crash. That guy, Red Panda Mining, guys, he has an unbelievable amount of subscribers and followers. It's insane. He's blowing up the crypto world. What's going on? Welcome everyone that's coming in from the Panda Raid and all that other good stuff. So what's happening? Crypto mining looking good so far, rising up, doing some things, and everyone usually has smiles on their face around this time of year, which is expected. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's do a roll call, see what we all got going on here, and then I guess talk about a few things. I see Rud Putz sitting there on the other platform. What's going on, Rud Putz 1982? What's happening? Scrolling up over here, what do we got? We got Top Tech Towering. Uh-oh, my button is not prepared. Oh, it's not working. Oh no, what's this? No, maybe later. Click. No. Okay, here we go. Budweiser. 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 I don't even know if that worked. Hopefully it did, so awesome. We got Frank B. Zagatti. We got Crypto Freak Coin, Skirm. Vanilli Del Greco, what's happening? Ogre MGTOW, Frank B. Zagatti, what do we got? J. Alexander, P. Dollar, Skirm, I think I already said that, but I'm saying it again. Gaming with Smokey Dan, Sean Division, Red Putz over here as well. He's just double watching. It's crazy. 4J, what's going on? Trey Hillers, RAB100, good afternoon. You're the go to CPU mining. Recommended overclocks for the 7950X3D with 6400 MHz core surveillance RAM. I'm mining Zephyr with an MSI A620E Pro motherboard. So for the X3D, I would recommend, check that video when I did the 7950X3D versus 7950X. But for the 3D version, it was pretty much eco mode on, XMP profile on, or Expo, depending what the motherboard's calling it. Some of them have both, so use Expo. That is the AMD side of things. XMP is actually Intel, but it all depends what it says. So use those two settings there, and then jump into eco mode on. If I didn't say that already, I'm trying to think what I said. And then use a negative curve of -30, and then depending if it's stable or not, you can try and make -31, -32, and move it down until it crashes and bring it back up a little bit. And then if it doesn't work at -30, you might need -29, 28, and so on. So yeah, kind of do it that way. That's what I run anyway. What we got here? P Dollar, can't wait much longer. ADHD, zing to the net. Yusuf Potts, what's going on? Hurry up, I need my gram coin. Oh man, mind blowing 2345, feeling blessed, mind blowing Skirm again. What is that? No low crypto, Tim I am, son of a rabbit panda is here. Scrolling through, what do we got? Terry Hitler, oh, jumped on me. We got Crypto Perks, Brandon Dean, Dignus Among Us. What is that? Dingus Among Us? Did I say that right? Is that what that is? I don't know. I probably butchered it. Apologize. Are you trying it out? Hello. Trying what out? What are we trying out? I'm just kidding. That's his name, guys. That's his name. Speed Target. What's going on? Mr. Pringle. I see Pringles up there. Pringles is like one of the best chips ever. So, yeah. Awesome stuff. So, speaking of gram, you want your gram. I might do a how to mine video here sometime soon. A lot of people are figuring out how the heck do you mine this coin. So, I have been. But there's one thing I kind of want to point out when it does come to gram. Now, right now, we'll do a refresh. It doesn't look like it's the most profitable coin anymore, but it might be. Oh, I still on top chat here. I gotta swap that over to live chat. There we go, back on live chat. So can we see all this? So yeah, right now we can see Pyron is top again for most of these. AMD is looking like gram, but if you go to the 4090 here, I do want to point something out. Where's gram? So right now gram is telling us, let me jump this bigger here, $3.50 is your revenue after, and then profits 283. Now, one thing that was brought to attention here is gram has a massive pool fee, and hashrate.no does not count it. So yeah, let's just, what are you like? Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? So right now, let's take a look here. You can see $3.50 revenue, 238 after power. I'm just going to go into the coins tab right quick here. We're going to right click, open a new window so they're side by side. Now we're going to pick gram wherever you are. We're going to research you up right here. See, do your own research. I just researched something. See this? So now we're going to go in the calculator. Look at this. So I got to adjust it for the right parameters here. Give me a second. So we got Gram doing 11.28 gigahash, 11.28, 11.28. And now we're going to jump into the power side of things. This is saying about 254 watts. So we're going to put 254. And now we're going to calculate this. And you can see, well, now it's only saying $2.78, 352 revenue and stuff. But look at, pool fee is only 1%, miner fee is 1%. Now the pool fee for Gram is like 30%. So if you calculate this now, it's not looking too hot anymore. And there's probably a lot other more profitable coins. Now, sure, as hash rate moves elsewhere, you're going to see the hash rate drop off, profitability will pick up, and then depending on the price, if it goes up or down, that'll also determine hash rates and profits. But, you know, the point is here, you know, yesterday or the day before, whenever that was, it was saying that it was like $5 or $6 a day on a 4090. That number was more like maybe only $3 a day instead of that 5 something, almost 6. So make sure you go deeper into these by the looks of things, and that pool fee was only a 1% pool fee, so it made it look like the profits were a lot higher than they actually were. A lot of people were thinking, you know, maybe that 30% was baked into it by default. It's looking like it's not. So we can see here Bitcoin is almost $90,000, guys, a massive pump if you're in Canada. USD, guys, it's still 65.7. Oh, crazy. As the 7800 X3D good for mining? I don't have one, so I cannot comment on it and test it myself. Personally, I'm not building any rig less at this point in time moving forward due to the fact that it can only fit maybe another 6 rigs if I'm lucky, because I'm like right power limited here. I'm trying to play power Tetris, squeeze as much hash rate in as I can as possible, and you know, with the power that I got, and I'm not building anything under than the 16 cores. So that's 79 and the 7000 series. So 7950Xs and 7950X3Ds are the only CPUs I'm building with until I fill up all my power. So, you know, I don't even plan on buying a 7800 X3D, as the question was there to even test, because it doesn't fit into what I'm trying to do with density and just maximize the power that I got. And the X3D is a beast. It's the most efficient CPU, you know, technically for mining. Yeah, sure, it's the most expensive consumer grade, but it's the best. It's the same argument I go with when I say the 4090. Now, here's an interesting thing. Like, when it comes to the 4090, like, I did turn some rigs on Gram. Look at this. Like, I was all excited, you know, the other day. I'm like, finally, I'm going to turn GPUs back on again. You know, I turn them on, I turn them off. I didn't really fully tweak everything. I could probably get better numbers and stuff and whatever. You know, I got some 3080s, 3070s, a bunch of 3060 Ti's, a couple 8200s, a 3090 and stuff in here. But my full rig here, you can see, is 27.3 gigahash on Gram. And I was like, you know, awesome. You know what? Let's do this. Let's get some Gram. I don't have any, so I may as well get a bag for the bull run and see how it goes. And then I turned on my 4090. And I just want to take a hammer to every single one of these GPUs, any 3000 series GPU. I just want to take a hammer to it and destroy them all. You know, run them over with a tank. I say that in the past a lot about that old MSI 36 Ti. I'm going to run it over with a tank one day. But, you know, oh my gosh. So you can see 27.3 gigahash here. We're using about 1,000 watts. I turn on my 4090 in my workstation. That thing is like 11 gigahash. That's almost 50% of all 12 of these GPUs, and it's using the power of like 2.5 3060 Ti's. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to shut this thing off the second I turn it back on. And that's why, you know, moving forward, I want to build rigs out of only 4090s because they're the most efficient. Yeah, they're $2,000 Canadian if you can find them at MSRP for the Founders Edition. They are usually in stock around here, but oh my gosh, it's just a pain. Because I'm way up in the air now. The 5090s may release sometime by the end of this year, which does get that memory boost. Now, right now, the 4090 isn't huge. 3070s and everything are still amazing when it comes to the memory-based coins. But most of the profitable coins right now, they're all core-based there. So the 4090 just blows. The 4090s make any 3000 series GPU on core-based coins, which is all the profitable ones, pretty much look like Polaris GPUs at this point. And now we have a 5090 that may release by the end of the year. That's probably going to be around the same price range as an MSRP 4090, because technically the 4090 is cheaper than the 3090 when the 3090 released. So, you know, it may be a little bit, couple more dollars, but we're probably going to see a huge performance boost. And if we see that increase in the memory, it's just going to destroy every single one of these. And that's what it's really going to take moving into this bull run, as everything profits start picking up and we see prices start exploding. A whole bunch of hash rate and mining farms are going to be turning on, and it is going to come down to an efficiency race on the GPU side of things. That's how I feel, but then again, it also comes down to your power price. If you have cheap power, buy all the crap you can find, turn them on, and you're okay. But, you know, most residential miners, you're running at 15 to 30 cents per kilowatt hour. Efficiency is definitely a major key factor in determining if you should even mine or not. So that's what I'm looking at here. And I turned this rig on. I was excited. I turned my 4090 on, and I just wanted to smash this whole thing to pieces, because it just, oh my gosh, that 4090, it just destroys that entire Octa miner rig with 12 GPUs. It's insane on how that thing does. So yeah, but you know, I'm really up in the air on just holding out and seeing what happens by the end of the year. And if 5090s release, I'm probably just going to buy a couple of those, and they'll do better than that whole entire Octa miner. And to all my GPUs, I have about 20 GPUs, and probably two 5090s will probably blow them all away in power and in profitability. So that's kind of, you know, insane things that we're probably waiting to expect on here. But again, you know what, I have no idea what's going to happen with the 5090, or if it's going to come out or not, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm really up in the air, because I don't want to waste money on a 4090 if that thing is going to release 6 months later. Look what happened with the 3090 Ti, guys. I feel really bad and sorry for them. The 3090 Ti came out, or 3090 Ti, or whatever the heck they want to call it, and then 3 or 4 months later, the 4090 released for cheaper than the 3090 Ti, and it was over double the performance. NVIDIA didn't care. They were smiling because everyone was buying it at that point. We just got a next level generation GPU that destroyed everything previously. So it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. Who's that? Sounds like someone saying, who's that? Yeah, I know. I say the same thing, J-Rod. I say the same thing. You know, it's like, who's that? Who's that? Like, what the heck is this coin? Who's that? I see no one's talking over here, so I'll just pop this one back up. What else we got there? I currently have 3 4090s. I'm in the process of building a 4 4090 VAST machine on an Epic platform. 3 Fox code. That's crazy. That's insane. Now, keep in mind, now I want to build a VAST rig. I don't even think I have the bandwidth to support it, but I want to build it for only one reason, not to use it. I'll just turn it on every couple days on VAST just to see what it's mining to. Now, we talked about this a little bit last week, and I remember people saying on Twitter and stuff, you know, it's like VAST AI, it's mining QLI runner. That's what it's been. That's what's been making all the money on the VAST rigs forever. And now we just found out that that's Cubic. The VAST rigs are all being rented out for Cubic for the past 2 or 3 months, and that's where all the profitability is coming from. So, you know, depending on hash rate demand versus that, you might be able to tweak your rigs a little bit better, as CPUs are better for Cubic for the power and everything. So in theory, you know, you might be able to save on using a VAST rig and mining that coin yourself on your own CPU and make more, and then you can point your GPU to something else just to double up that full rig. I also kind of, you know, I wish I had more power, because I was just talking about the 4090s, and then with new HiveOS pricing and stuff before, that's kind of why I kept all my rigs separate, is because they were only 30 cents per rig. As soon as you add just one GPU, that turns into an automatic GPU rig, and it costs $3 per month at that point. With the new pricing system, if you're just running CPUs, it is a bit more expensive. You know, technically I'm still okay with it. It makes everything so easy to run. I move my farm in lump sums very, very fast. I can swap over my entire farm to a new coin in like 5 seconds, and I'm okay, you know. So, you know, it doesn't really bother me, but the point now is I could slam one more GPU onto every single CPU rig, and it's going to cost the same in fees. It's not going to go up anymore. So now I'm like, you know what? If I had the power, slap a 4090 on every CPU rig, that's just going to double up massive profits on the GPU side of things. You know, if you were moving over to Pyron, or maybe, you know, Gram or something, with those dual CPU mining, GPU mining rigs. So I feel that's probably going to make a lot more than Vast is going to make. But there are times where NiceHash, Vast, and other things do make, you know, decent profitability, and that comes down to hash rate demand. Hash rate demand is massive FOMO, whether a new coin drops on an algorithm or, you know, just anything in general. And that's where the big influx on Vast was from Cubic in there really early. Now it seems to be slowing down, so it's going to be interesting to see how the Vast rentals fluctuate, if it moves to something else or not. And that's something to keep an eye on, why I kind of want to build a Vast rig just to see where it points the rig so I can mine coins directly myself. But hash rate rentals does cause increased demand, and that could be worth more than mining those coins directly. So that's the other gamble you can kind of point out there. If you want the coin that they're mining, you could get paid more by using said platforms and then buying the coin after you get your payout from renting your hash, and then, you know, or swap it to whatever you want. So there's different ways to look at everything, but, you know, it's just another variable on top of different styles of mining. What do we got here? Make a new form of energy just for mining, not to help the world, just for mining. Speaking of 8, Silver Cart, that's a very interesting. Hey, how much does a Vast rig cost? 5 to 6K? Well, the technical, see, that's an interesting question. That's a very interesting question. Now, what does a Vast rig cost to build? Now, that just depends. Now, their pricing on a Vast rig, you know, you need the big CPU, you need this, you need that. A lot of people are building, you know, Epic 551s and stuff. But in theory, you know, those type of Epics aren't really that good for a lot of the algorithms because they don't have the L3 cache. They're almost like buying an Intel. So the Epic 7551s are crappy Epics. But a lot of people were building those because they're cheaper and stuff. So if you built a good Epic and just mine the coin directly, you probably could have been making more than Vast and so on, or if it's rented for Zeph or whatever. So it's interesting to say, what would a Vast rig cost? So in theory, it would be fairly expensive, just like with all the other proof of useful work things. You need all the RAM, you need all the CPU power, you need enough lanes and times 16, and you're not really supposed to limit the power. But if you can figure out what coin it's making or mining to and stuff, you can tweak for that coin and just mine it yourself, probably cut your power costs in half by 50%, and then also build the rig for possibly cheaper than the main specs that Vast wants, because Vast wants wide open, ready to go, you know, full bore type of rigs. They're designated for their stuff. But, you know, if you can get around that and figure out what's going on, you can build it a little bit cheaper and tweak for it and save it on power. So it's really interesting. Now, Vast and rental hash rates, it's more of the, you know, set it and forget it type of thing. Sure, a lot of people like that. But if you are more active into the crypto space and figuring things out and doing research, you can make a lot more money. But again, a lot of people don't really like to do that or want to do that. Everyone's still used to Ethereum days. You buy a GPU, you set the OCs that everybody knows on, and every GPU works that way. You turn it on and you leave it for 2 years. That's the old way, and everyone's still used to that. It's going to be a lot more hands-on. You're going to be doing a lot more coin switching, checking things out, moving around. You know, when it comes to the GPU side, it's just definitely going to have to be like, it's going to take the entire ecosystem to remain profitable. And it's almost at the point where pick your coin, set it and forget it maybe, and hopefully the coin you picked, you know, was better. But we don't know. We have to wait and see how this whole thing does play out. Now, I wanted to get into something. This was a very interesting week for me. I see Fudweiser1 over there. What's going on? Saying hi to Red Putts. So it was a pretty actually bad week. So I'm sure you guys heard about my little Amazon fiasco. So I ordered a Ryzen 9 7950X. It was a warehouse deal, and it came in. And usually I don't open the CPU. I just sit it there and I wait for the rest of the parts to come in. But something was telling me, you know, I'm going to open this up and check it out. And it did say Amazon inspected, like they always do. They inspect it. They say they inspect it, put the little sticker on it. So they say, yep, we inspect this. It's good to go. And I opened up the box, which wasn't even sealed. They at least put tape around it sometimes. So it wasn't even sealed. I opened it up, and guess what was inside that 7950X 3D? A Ryzen 5 1600X. Like, first-gen Ryzen. It's like, this is not a 7950X 3D. Because I was looking at it through the top, and I'm like, where? I don't see the 3D on it. I couldn't really see it. It was really faded. And I was like, wow. So, obviously, you know, I released that video. You guys seen it. Some other things happened, you know, throughout this week is, you know, I broke a front-end strut on my truck. I had to get that fixed, so that was awesome. The starter went on the Toyota Corolla. I still didn't fix that yet. I need to get a new starter to get that put in, but the truck's working again. What else happened? Oh yeah, there was another thing. Oh yeah, so I ordered 2 motherboards, the B650s, the BS3Hs. I can't remember. DS3Hs, same ones I use on all my other 7000 rigs. I ordered 2 of them because I ordered 2 CPUs. Now one's returned, and I have to wait for the refund and reorder another one. But anyway, it kept saying delayed due to rail for like 4 or 5 days in a row. So I called Purolator to see what's going on with my package, and guess what happened? They were on a train that derailed. So now I have motherboards on a derailed train somewhere in between Alberta and Ontario, and wow, it's been a pretty crazy week, guys. It's been an interesting week for sure for this. Anyway, so yeah, I thought I'd just share all that stuff with you guys. It was insane. I don't even know what to say. Like, you can't write this stuff. It just happens. Speaking of you can't write this stuff, this is totally off topic. Nothing to do with crypto. It's on par with, things Canada does, like, Trudeau, carbon tax, makes 0 sense. But guess what I just saw? I saw an article in Toronto. Do you know what they want to do? They want to put on a new tax for rain. Yeah, rain falls from the sky, goes in your garden. It's good. They want to tax it. They want to tax it based on the landowner, and they're considering snow melting is considered part of the rain tax as it goes into the gutter and stuff. So depending on how much hard soil you have, some's grass, some's that, big driveways, things like that, is a higher tax because you have more runoff going to the storm system, which is designed to carry rainwater away in the first place. But now they decide, hey, you know what? Let's try to tax this. Because why not? Let's do a rain tax. And I'm not even lying about this. We're not making, let's Google it. This is a real thing. I'm going to Google this just to show you guys. I could not believe this. They're coming up with any tax possible now to see if people will if they get away with it, this will spread everywhere. The dumbest thing ever. Don't let them get away with this. Don't let them do this. So let's look at rain tax Toronto. Let's Google this. Rain tax, Toronto, property tax, where is it? Incentive, tax, rain tax, Toronto. Come on, where are you? Toronto overlords pondering implementation of a rain tax. Now, there was a write up here somewhere that mentioned how good it would be. So, yeah, this is 2 hours. Can you see that? Yeah, right here. Because, make no mistake, Toronto stands rulers really want to do this. They've tried it before, too. I didn't even know they tried it before. Senator pleaded with the council to go along with a rain tax and blah, blah, blah. But when I Google it on my phone, it comes up with a write-up here and it explains it a little better. But yeah, they want to put on a tax for frickin' rain. Like, seriously. And they were joking around about it. It's going to be beside the side that next taxes you for air. They're probably going to do that too. If they get away with the rain tax, they're going to do an air tax. This is going to turn into... Have you guys seen the Lorax movie? The world is going to turn into the Lorax 100%. They're going to be selling bottles of air to people. Mr. Ed O'Hare selling air. Oh my gosh. This is, something has to stop for this. This is getting insane. Absolutely getting insane. Where are you sending your cubic to? My wallet. It goes to my wallet, and that's where it stays. No, I sold it a little bit, but for power and stuff. You can sell it on Trade Ogre. That's one place where you can sell it. What do you get for breathing tax? I don't know. What happens if you don't pay your breathing taxes? What's the repo man gonna do if you don't pay your breathing tax? Oh man. How about greedy politicians tax? Oh yeah, that reminds me of another thing, because someone said that earlier about environment or make a thing just for miners, not for miners. Anyway, did you guys see that thing what Ripple did? Greenpeace, the big push, Greenpeace USA had that massive push on Bitcoin mine, how bad it is for the environment. It uses too much power, yada, yada, yada. Well, guess what came out after all that? It sounds like Ripple. Yeah, those XRP dumb people that want to work with banks and bring you guys CBDCs. Yeah, those same companies. Supposedly, they paid Greenpeace $5 million to write false articles on Bitcoin, and it sounds like that's where those articles were coming from. They got bribed to talk bad things about Bitcoin so that their banking friend systems does better. Wow. Like, everything is just turning into an absolute mess. Absolute mess. This is insane. Like, I don't even know. I get mad when I just thinking about this. I'm burning up. I'm from Canada, and you know it takes a lot to get a Canadian mad and upset. Their flappy heads and all this stuff from South Park. Whew, craziness. Fake news peddlers sounds like CNN. Yeah, probably wouldn't expect. Yeah, may as well be on CNN, Fox News, stuff like that. Oh man, things are just crazy. Things are actually insane. There's something else I wanted to touch up on that, but I can't remember what it was. Don't bribe. They already do sell air. Oh, that's right. You're right, Green Hash. I seen it. There actually were people by Edmonton, which is like an hour from me, that went to the mountains by Banff begging air, and they were selling it. So legitly, people are actually starting to sell air. So that is actually a thing. Wow, we need to get in the air selling business. $10,000 for a breath of air straight to Midtown China. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Any BIOS tweaks for you CPU rigs? Always, every time. It depends on the CPU though. Now, just the way, you know, basic CPU mining 101, I guess, go by the base clock. Use the base clock. That way you can run it at about 1 volt or less. So you set your core clock to the base clock and then drop your voltages until it crashes. And then bring your voltages up a little bit until it's, you know, stable and doesn't crash anymore. Give it about a week or so on RandomX, see if you get any crashes, and then you're good on every algorithm. Now when it comes to the X3D versions, you cannot manually set your core or your voltages, so that's where the eco mode and your negative curves come into play, and that kind of plays out that way. Now it's interesting, I'm still trying to figure out how it works, but at least with the 7950 X3D, the lower you drop your negative curve, the higher the hash rate gets and the lower the power gets. So it's interesting how that works. So I don't know. So obviously you want to get as low as a curve as possible because you get higher hash rate and you also get lower power. So obviously once it does start hitting the, you know, performance to not enough voltage, it'll begin crashing. So you will have to bring that curve up a little bit. But yeah, crazy stuff there. What's going on? I see my stream was thinking. My stream had a thinking wheel. Am I glitching out? Is something paused here? Do you guys hear everything, or is something messed up? All right, I don't know. That was weird. Are you getting the newest Epics 96 fit? Hell, Frank Beaton. Hell no. No, I am not. Unless I sell, I don't know, both my legs and one of my arms. The new Epics are way too expensive. Way too expensive. You can get, I don't even know, a lot of Ryzen 7000 series, double the hash for the same price as one of those. No, I'm not getting any brand new Epics. They cost way too much. I wish I could, but no. Yes, we could hear that. Had a glitchy second. It paused. Okay, interesting. I don't know why the wheel was spinning there. I don't know what was going on. I refreshed, so hopefully it kind of fixed that. What do I got going on here? Anybody talking over here? FUD. Outhouse 3. FUD. First time chat. Outhouse 3. What's going on over there? First time chat. Awesome. Skipping it. It's now good. It's now good? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Do I have anything else to bring up? What else should we talk about? I guess we can look at what a current soul is worth. That seems to be the craze these days, huh? Cubic. It's all about the cubic. Again, it's all solo mining and things are changing, but let's just... I want to bring up the pool here. I just want to see, you know, what is a current soul worth. Seems like the thing, the blah, blah, blah. So we got 79 souls right now at 32.32. So I just want to bring up the calculator right quick. 32.32. We're going to engage this, run it. All right, we're going to bring this down. We're going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see something. Is it this one? Yeah, that one seems to work better. So keep in mind, guys, as a lot of you guys are newer to Cubic and you've seen what happened the first day or two after the epoch change on Wednesday. Now, usually it's not that bad, but it's usually always like that. Every epoch change, things change. It could be, that's when they adjust difficulties. That's when they adjust the souls that could be found. Maybe it's going to be, you're going to find hardly any souls or a lot of souls. The calculators will all be out of whack for at least the first 2 or 3 days because you got to run new averages across the chain. So technically right now, this isn't really probably that right yet. Everything's probably going to drop quite a bit over the next couple days, but right now it is looking like a current soul is worth $4.67. Now, can you guys see that? Where's my cursor? Whoa, you guys can't even see that. I don't have this up properly. So this one? Nope, not that one. This one? Oh, I still can't see them very well. Oh, well, apologize. Anyway, I'm going to do some quick calculations here on my... So $4.67 divided by current price of cubic. 0.12345 zeros. 747. So currently, based on this right now, a single solution is worth 625,167 coins, or $4.67 on that. It's saying I should be getting about $128 a day. I don't know. We'll see how that really works out or not. You know what? Actually, I've been keeping track every day since Epoch 98. So let's just actually see how many have I gotten in the past 24 hours. We'll see how accurate that actually is. So I got 26 as of 9 o'clock this morning. So this is how my sheets kind of work out here. You can see day one at Epoch is actually a couple hours into it. 9 o'clock, I check it. Then the next day at 9 o'clock again, I check it. And this is how much I found in the day between day one, day two. Now we're on day three here. Here's how much I found between day two, day three. So past 24 hours at 9 a.m. this morning, it was 26 souls. So now, oh man, I just erased that number of what it was. So I got to figure that out again. So let's just go back into here. 4.67. Divide that by current rate of 0.12345. Where are we at? 747. So 600. So I'm going to times that now. So I got the block reward in here by 26. So the past 24 hours, I mined 16.2 million coins, let's say. Now I'm going to times that by the current price, 0.12345, and see how much that actually worked out to be. 747. $121. And this is guesstimating, so a little bit less, but it looks like the past 24 hours, you know, my CPU's racked up about $121 if everything remains as is. So that's actually not too shabby. Not too shabby at all, might have to say. So we'll see what happens. We'll play it out, see what happens at the end of the epoch, and go from there. Zeph difficulty through the roof right now. Not sure anyone listening. Yeah, Zeph is still, like, I don't know if Bitmain's testing or what. I don't know what's going on there. Let's have a look. Take a look at Zeph. What's happening, Zeph? Why are you doing this to us? Why are you doing this? Why is the difficulty shooting up? Botnets. Now, botnets I can really expect to happen here. But, oh my gosh. We're getting a lot of XMR vibes happening here. One being Skypool, which is a multi-coin profit switching pool. Kind of like Monero Ocean and everything. We can see it is going off and off. But look at this. Hero Miners is doing, I don't know what's going on. It's like a nano pool XMR thing. It's always like this. Sky Pool is doing this. Solo Pool org is up and down. I don't know what's going on here, but $17 F right now. You know, it's crazy to see. You know, we're down quite a bit. It's only $17. It's only $17. I remember when Zeph was only $2 forever. There's not much hash rate on time, so it was still super profitable at $2. And obviously, as this hash rate all picked up here, $17, everyone's like, oh man, the hash rate's too high. This sucks. But, you know, Zeph's doing good. Now, could we see $50, $400, $1,000? That'd be insane. Imagine if Zeph hits those insane herd of levels. We don't know because it hasn't seen a bull run. So we all got our eyes in the sky hoping for the frickin' moon to just explode on a lot of these coins. Craziness. Zeph was rough. 4 cents at 4 cents a day, 44 cents a day, 0.45 cents a day. Do you think I would hit any souls with my two 7950 X3Ds? It's solo mining. You never know. You could hit a bunch of souls. You might not hit any souls. Like, it's crazy. Like, right, let me see. Where is it? Let's just go into here right now. Sort by solutions found. There we can see right now the dual epic is just destroying it. Now, 2 weeks ago, the dual epic only found one, and a bunch of my other CPUs were just rocking it in. But right now, it looks like the dual epic is stealing the show at 17 solutions found so far. Rig 19 has found 5. Rig 28 has found 4. Rig 32 has found 3. 35 has found 3. The single epic has only found 3. Look at that. Single versus dual epic. Obviously, by IT wise, you know, this is double. So in theory, we should have about half of it, but we don't. This is the luck of solo mining. It is crazy. Once in the first 2 or 3 days, it just seems like your major first top 3-4 rigs that find all the souls just keep on finding them, and then you got to wait. And every week, it's constantly changing on which rig is actually finding all the souls. Now, right now, I still have a couple rigs I have not found any yet. But yeah, you can just see how it changes all the time. Now, which one? Rig 30 something. 33, 34. So rig 34 found 2. Now, which one is that? Oh, rig 35. No, that's 32. No, 35 is right here. Found 3. So which rigs are those? Rig 35 is. So here's, yeah, this is a 7950X is rig 35. Now, my 7950 or the 7950X 3D, you can see is rocking 132 right now ITs. That's rig 34, but it hasn't really found any yet. Where's rig 34? Are you in here? Like this week. This week is not looking good on that CPU. Rig 34. Are you even? Oh my gosh. Rig 34. Rig 34. Where are you, rig 34? Okay, I'm just going to adjust this by name, I guess. Rig 34. So rig 34 has found 2, and it's the single, minus the Epic, the single highest performer, but it's not in the lead. So again, you know, it's solo mining, it's luck based. If you're having a wicked week on the rig, you know, it's going to find a bunch of souls. Other times, it might not. That's the thing about solo mining. Now, the major thing here is having all your hash rate together, slamming it all in one, and you can see these rigs aren't making anything. In theory, these rigs have made 0 so far. But because you're utilizing your entire farm, that's where, you know, you're seeing, you know, more souls come in and stuff like that. So it's all luck based on rigs, but it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Just ask people if they need help with their PC. Slap XM rig script on every PC you touch. Yeah, use a pus. That's a good idea. I'm going to start the Rabid hijacking service, but that's going to be the fine print. It's going to be Rabid PC repair. And hijacking service can be very, very fine print where it says you must run. It's going to have something in the contract where it has to always be on. At the bottom. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I'm not going to do that, guys. Please use my service. Oh my gosh. Anyway, my power cuts off all the time. I don't mind because I know the power goes off. That sucks. That sucks having your power go off. Now that's one thing. USB drives. I had SSD drives on Hive fail. They halted, like blew up on me once power outage. I never had that issue happen on an M2 drive yet. Not saying it won't happen, knock on wood, but I have had multiple SSD, SATA drives go down after power failures, which is interesting. So we'll see, maybe I'll flip my switch a few more times, see if I can blow up an M2 or not, but I don't really want to do that. You'll get a ton of Zeph. Yeah, my power cake. Just asking people if they help. Okay, yeah, yes. Going through that. I think we're caught up on a lot of these chats. Did I miss any? I know Fudweiser and Skirm like to point out that I missed stuff, so just yell at me. Oh, I'm on top chat again because I did the refresh, so I probably am missing stuff. Refresh. There we go. Now I'm on live. Did you spec mine any SIAs? No, I don't even know what that is. SCIIA. 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 I don't even know what that is. No idea. No idea. I seen a blog post the other day. I gotta find it. Is it here? I just want to go Bitcoin super cycle. Which one was it? Bitcoin. Is it CoinDesk? Super cycle thesis bold vague, but has idea on the verge of mass adoption. I don't know. I've been seeing the super cycle thing for Bitcoin. Now, honestly, you can call every single cycle a super cycle because it gets so much bigger than the previous cycle. So I don't know what they're referring to as a super cycle. I think it's just going to be a flat out normal cycle. Now, that post there did say super cycle means more mass adoption. We see a lot more adoption every cycle. So, I just think every cycle you should technically just call a super cycle. I don't think there's anything different going on. Yes, there's ETFs and stuff involved this time with institutions, with Bitcoin, but at the same time, that money doesn't go into crypto. It just goes to Bitcoin. So, yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of unknowns going on everywhere. And a lot of those experts, they just change their mind every 3 hours anyway. Oh, it's going to this. No, it's going to that. No, it's going to this. Oh, it's going to, oh, it's overbought, going to, like, come on. Can you give us a real number? Just posting the same crap every 5 hours type of thing. Anyway. Rabid, how do you get valid Gram wallet? Oh, the valid Gram wallet. So go to, let's search this up. Let's look at this right now. Let's just go to Ton wallets. This is what I did. I went to Ton wallets. Get a wallet. You go to Ton here. You can see get a wallet and all this stuff. So I use this one right here. My Ton wallet. Let's go to full screen so you can see this. So there's multiple. Now there's something interesting there. I'm probably going to lose all my coins. But these are all legit wallets, so I shouldn't in theory. Now, I wasn't sure what wallet I used previously, so I think I'll just bring it up right here. Ton Keeper, so I downloaded Ton Keeper. I put in my seed to restore it and stuff because it's been forever since I had Ton. I've been doing a few Windows updates, or I guess reformat my drive, reinstall Windows every couple months just to keep things running smoothly. So I haven't had it in here for a while. So what's going on here? Outlook snapshot. I don't care about you. So I uploaded this one. I put in my seed and I was like, hey, I have no coins in my wallet. I thought I had a couple coins, but then I did my Ton wallet. So I think my Ton wallet was the wallet I used before. As soon as I put it in, I saw all my coins. So I don't know if this wallet here needs to sync longer or something, but the point is I didn't see any coins here. But I did use my Ton wallet. Now we can see it right here. I'm going to bring it in closer now. Bam. So this is my Ton wallet. It's a browser based. Click on it. Now, originally, I couldn't figure out how to even add Gram in as a coin. So what I did is I did have a couple Ton here. So I just swapped in. So I went in the swap method here. I went from Ton and I picked Gram here. You just, type it in. I went Gram. And then I swapped like 0.01 or whatever it was. Something like this. There. Do that, swap the Ton, and then Gram showed up. So this is the wallet I'm using. I did just get a payout from the pool today, which we can see right here. So it is working. So I would suggest utilizing my Ton wallet because Gram is it's just like, think of Ethereum and an ERC20 token. Think of MetaMask. It's the same thing going on. Ton coin is like Ethereum, and Gram is an ERC20 stupid meme coin that is on. I'm not calling Gram a stupid meme coin, but you kind of get the idea where I'm going. It's another token on the chain, so this wallet works for everything there. So I'm using my Ton wallet. So hopefully that kind of helps you out for that. Now, in order to sell this coin and stuff, I never really dug into it or anything yet, but I'm assuming I'm just going to have to take my Grams, swap it to Ton, and then send my Ton to whatever exchange and kind of do it that way. That's probably looking like the easiest way to do anything right now, but more on that when I finally decide to do anything with it. But yeah, so hopefully that helped you out there. I'll give a link. I'm going to put this link right in the chat so you guys can find these wallets for yourself. I'm just going to bring it up right here. Post that in chat right there. Check this other platform because they want it. There we go. So there, I posted the link. So hopefully that helps you get a wallet to utilize for Gram. Bam. StonFi swap. Is that like a DEX? StonFi swap? So they got a DEX rocking for it. So maybe, that'd be a nice, easy platform as well. How much does a ton of Gram weigh? I'm going with a ton, I think. I think a ton of Gram weighs about a ton. Or a ton. But that would be 2 N's and an E or something. Ton is on Telegram, but also you can swap Ton on my... that makes it seem so sketchy, don't you think? Who's going to go to Telegram? I'm going to swap on Telegram. Like, what? Telegram's one of the largest scamming thing... I don't want to call it platform. Like, messengers. I don't know. What do you consider that thing? Regardless, it's one of the largest places. It's full of scams. It's everywhere is a scam. I try to stay away from Telegram as much as possible, but... some things like that's a lot of places that it's really big for, China and Chinese platforms. So there's that. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't like Telegram. That's built in the wallet though. Is it? It's built in the wallet. Interesting. Rabid, is there a way to calculate time to find a solution on Cubic? No, it's luck based. you know, there's that script here that you can calculate everything that we went through right here. That'll give you an estimation of how many you may get. But other than that, no, it's solo mining. You know, I guess you could do a 24% luck thing like you do with ETC and other coins. You know, how long will it take me to get 100% luck to mine a block new on pool? That would technically be how long it would take you to mine a block solo mining, but you know, there's a lot of different calculations going on. But for now, you know, I recommend this. This is all I really use for calculating how much it should be, how much the block reward will end up being, or I guess how much each solution is going to end up being, and so on. Live chat. Now I got to refresh this again because I went on to that. I'm going to go back in the live chat. I think I saw Mr. DJ, you do not eat those. You don't eat that. Please tell us you're lying. Please, at least joking. Come on. It's the herpes. Yeah, it is definitely the herpes of social media. Anyone able to go to Altar website, or are they gone? Altar, I'm not sure. Oh, speaking of websites, I'm sure you guys are aware. I never heard of this platform until it happened. A lot of people, you know, it sounds like they're a pretty big deal. But have you guys heard of Mining Power? You guys know where I'm going with this now, don't you? Those of you guys that are aware of what's happening. You guys heard of Mining Power? Anybody? Anybody? Let's talk about this. Did they rug pull, or are they just dumb? They're one of the two, or both. Or they're smart and they rug pulled, but I think they're probably, I don't even know. They're probably just dumb. But regardless, point is, announcements. Let's look at this. You know, let's talk about this a little bit. It is kind of a big deal. Now, this is a smart node service, which I've never heard of. A lot of people have, and they say, how could you not have heard about them? Now, as far as I'm aware, it is very hard to legitly run a smart node service. You need the same licensing as like a bank, and it's very hard to get, and there's only I don't know, it's really hard to do this. So most platforms claiming that they do this are probably not doing it correctly. iNodes and Pecunia are the only places I can vouch for 100%. So anyway, with all that out of the way, we got Mining Power here, and they do say with a heavy heart that I missed to share some unfortunate news. Today marks a somber moment in our journey where we just rug pulled all your asses. They didn't say that. I'm adding that in. I'm just kidding. You know, take it any way you want to go. But for some reasons yet to be determined, attackers gained unauthorized access to several of our wallets, resulting in the theft of coins. BlockX, BlockX Lite, Kiro, Neoxa, RTC, and Diak, whatever that is. Point is, your coins are gone. They're out of there. So they go through a bunch of things. They're saying it happened to the Dunduck wallet. So everyone here, get started. We'll pay you out. We're going to give you all your coins back. Let's see. We'll be contacting each one via email and kindly ask for a response so the coins will be sent. Additionally, deposits for they are currently not possible. Mails have been sent out, yada, yada, yada. So they're trying to pay everyone out, which makes sense. You're like, okay, they're giving all the coins back. They must be legit. They must have got hacked. Now think about this. Those are some pretty large coins that, you know, a lot of people were trying to send to nodes. I'm not saying I'd ever do this. Obviously, I'd never do this. But let's just picture this. Picture this in their shoes one point, or someone else's shoes. Okay, I'm getting my coins back of the other coins. I lost those. That sucked. But they got a lot of money out of the coins that were gone. And then all the crap coins, which they're handing back, they couldn't really make very much. So gladly, they're going to make it look like a faith of good gesture here, gesture of good faith or whatever, and give your coins back on these other ones. But they already pocketed a crap ton of money from the other ones, so they don't care about taking that loss. And then everyone has a smile on their face. Yeah, we got out of this. Yes, awesome. We got away with a massive rug pull. So I'm not saying they're rug pull. Anyway, it looks like they're saying that this came down to the Dunduck wallet that hacked on their thing. So that leads us to number 2. They're dumb. They're dumb. They put the same wallets instead of, you know, having everything secure. They're supposed to be running, which leads you to another thing. They probably weren't vetoed by anybody. I doubt Neoxa approved of these people without properly, you know, vetoing them, saying this is okay. You know, they do the security. They didn't get security audited like iNodes and other platforms get audited, so they know their security and everything is good. They had wallets on top of wallets on the same storage, same PCs, and so on. Nothing was isolated and so on, which if it was Dunduck, it turns Mining Power into retards because they didn't know what they were doing, and they don't know how to run a platform that a wallet could hack another wallet. And now they're asking for you guys to say, all right, we're coming back live again. Give us your coins back. I would highly urge no one, I don't care if they're legit or not, I would never send coins to these people ever again. Never. Don't do it. Let them go bankrupt and fall behind. It was on their own problem. You only get one chance with crypto. I don't care how good your intentions are. You get one chance. If this happened, you're done. Do not send coins back to these people anymore, guys. That's just my warning right now. If you want to send them coins and it happens again, that's on you. I gave you the warning. I don't care if these people come and yell at me and scream at me. They messed up. Whether they rug pulled or whether they just were dumb, that's on them. And now their platform should literally just fall and not be used anymore. They lost all of it. They lose this stuff. That's on them. That's my 2 cents on the situation. Don't send them coins. So that's just me. You know, I may be wrong. Maybe I'm being too harsh on them. But that's rule number 1, guys. Hold your own coins in your own wallets. Use platforms that people know are established and have been vetoed and have security. Don't just say, oh, I'm using this. These seem good. And you're just hearing from a grapevine. Do some extra research and make sure that they're a legit, you know, you running things legit. Pecunia was brought up quite a bit. You guys know about this one. Now, they're like, oh, well, can't you use Pecunia? Whatever happens to Pecunia? Oh, I'm about to get a pose ban here. That sucks. Waiting for remote activation. Oh, I got to do something here. Regardless, point is, don't matter. You hold your own, when it comes to Pecunia platform, you actually hold your own coins in your own wallet. They're just running the nodes and it's kind of tied to the contracts and stuff like that. But everything is still in your own wallet. Now, obviously, when you use something like this, you already have enough coins to run your own node. Where the smart node service, it's different because you don't have enough coins to fully run a full node. That's why you utilize these shared nodes. And the shared nodes is a very tricky business. There have been, I don't even know how many have collapsed so far. So I would just, iNodes is pretty much the only one I could really say is legit when it comes to utilizing different things. So after this live stream, it looks like I'm going to have to do some click to resolve fixing here when it comes to my one RTM node, but that's all right. It'll be an easy fix later on. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that whole situation. I could be wrong. I could be harsh, but you know what? I don't really care. Keep your own coins, guys. Be very careful. Don't hold on all these exchanges that are supposed to be the best thing. Oh, Binance, they're awesome. They'll never do it. No, it'll happen. Be ready. Coinbase. Oh, hey, you know what? These could be the causes of the next 2026 bear market for all we know. It's just don't hold your coins on any of these platforms. Use them. Use your own crypto wallet. Self-custody is what makes crypto great. You're holding your own coins. Send them to an exchange. Do your swap. Get them the heck out of there. Hold on to your coins. That's really, it's that easy. If, you know, Binance could collapse. Coinbase, all of them collapse. Everyone's screaming, oh my gosh, it's the end of crypto. All the exchanges are dying, blah, blah. No, you're good to go. You got your coins still. Who cares? Another exchange will pop up. Crypto will ramp up again. It doesn't matter what happened to Binance. Doesn't matter what happened to Coinbase. There will be more. Keep on your coins. You still have your coins. That's the bottom line. Anyway, move on now. Let's get off this topic. Like FTX. Yeah, like FTX. What coin are you mining? Currently, I'm mining Gram and the Cubic Action is what I'm on. Oh, Pecunia has shared nodes as well. I was not aware about that. That's interesting. That'd be another mixture into who holds the wallet to fully run. Or wait a minute, if they have share, I don't know. You know, that's interesting. I have to look into that. I was not aware Pecunia had a shared node service. That's interesting. Rabbit, what's your thoughts on RTM, and do you mine it specifically CPUs? Do you switch the whole farm to mine other coins each time you switch algos? What's your process when switching coins? Yeah, so when I switch my CPUs, it's either all or nothing. I don't diversify in terms of coins. Like if it's I don't put 3 rigs here, 6 there, 10 there, and so on. I look for, you know, okay, this looks like it might be profitable. This looks like it's pretty good. I just move the whole farm over. Boom, I just smash it. Just nail it with everything I got. That's what I do. And then I just collect on it, and you know, then I move on to the next, and I move on to the next. I'm almost like a locust. Think of how locusts act. Oh, they move from this farm to that farm to that farm, eat everything they can, and get the heck out of there. So yeah, I'm bad like locust is my mining mentality. I'm all in. Locust style. That's a good one. I should think of something like that. I need a shirt. All in locust style. Yeah, that'd be a good one, wouldn't it? That just means you get in there, you throw everything you got at it, you reap every reward that blockchain will pay you, and then you just take on to the next one and leave nothing left behind. It's pretty ravage and rapid, but you know what? That's the way mining works. That's the way it's all about. It's cutthroat. Get in there and get out of there. Make RTM great again. RTM, yeah, you had Piggy or someone on your stream last night, didn't you? Some big news coming from them. It sounds like another testnet went live with the assets and everything. They got another partnership coming up. Things are heating up. Things are gonna happen pretty darn soon over there. It's gonna be exciting. Exciting times are ahead. I gotta watch your stream later though to see what all went on there. But I'm sure there was some exciting times happening. What do we got? Zeph on Tangem. Any news? No, I have not heard anything back about Zeph or XMR being on Tangem yet. Now, I do see that OneKey has XMR, so I wonder if OneKey will add Zeph support sometime. Those are my two wallets I'm currently using. Most of my stuff is on Tangem, but I've also been playing around OneKey a little bit, and it's actually a pretty cool wallet as well. But yeah, I haven't done a video on it yet, so we'll see. I have a treasure with a screen. I like it. I want to get Tangem wallet for the swap feature. Chump change tonight. Big Piggy's going on Chump tonight. Interesting. Yeah, I think I might have him tomorrow. We'll talk about, you know, some CP mining stuff, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. They did reach out to me a few days back to do a video interview style with them with their new partnership and stuff. But you know, like I don't the way I run my channel, I'm not really an interview person. So maybe we might have him live tomorrow because Sundays is usually our AMA. So maybe he can announce some of that stuff. We'll dig up some dirt on things as well. Piggy's good at knowing a lot of stuff going on in the back end. So we can dig up some dirt on things. And maybe that might be part of our AMA tomorrow. We'll see what happens. We'll see. We'll see if that's what we get going. OneKey XMR support requires the use of the Monero app. Doesn't work natively in the OneKey. Oh, really? So it's kind of like how the Ledger does it. You still got to run. But your private keys are still in OneKey, which is still a security side thing, which is good. But it's kind of running like how Ledger, you got to, you know, run it through a Ledger device. You still got to run the node, though. So that's interesting. But still, even if they run it like that and through the node, that's still extra security that would be good even for something on Zeph. Did we all smash the like button? Yeah. Did you guys all smash that like button? No, you didn't. I see 206 viewers, 87 likes. We are nowhere near everybody smashing the like button. So, guys, hit it. Hit it. I love Tangem, too. It's wicked. Tangem's an awesome wallet. Need 300. Yeah, we need 300 likes with 208 viewers, guys. Yes, I know we're not very good mathematically, so I don't know how we're talking about profits here. But somehow we make it happen. That's just the craziness that happens over here with the Rabid mining. We just do the unheard of, unimaginable stuff. 300 likes, 200 viewers. It'll happen. Tom Crown with a check mark rocking in there. What's going on, Tom Crown? What's happening? What are you doing? What's going on over there? What's the future of XMR? XMR privacy. That's, you know, it's interesting. Everyone, that's one thing we got to keep in mind. XMR community is awesome. It's massive. It's amazing. Think of it like it's almost, they don't really care about the price. In theory, XMR can remain close to where it always has been. It's more like a stable-ish type of coin, and it's used for privacy. People mine it at losses. They decentralize the network on their own will, not by, oh, this pool has all this hash rate, new miners come in, they flock to look at Pyre and all these coins. One pool's running 80-90% hash rate on a lot of these coins. Monero, the active community of just miners itself, you go to Reddit, you look at, they say, you know, I'm looking at mining Monero, what coins should I mine? The people say, okay, use this pool. You're moving to a pool that has 28% of the network hash rates. It's a third pool. They'll say use the fourth place pool. They decentralize the network. They also, do you guys remember, was it a year or two ago now, where they did their own bank run? Like, dude, they're doing their own audits and everything. They went and they hammer exchanges. We're going to say, okay, we're doing a bank run. Do you guys remember that when they started pulling all their coins out of, I can't remember the exchange, but that's all community driven. They're doing these things all by themselves as one network whole. I don't know. Monero, the community, it's all coins. If all coins were like that, oh my gosh, it'd be insane. Absolutely insane. Right now, it's all everyone. Oh, my coin's better than your coin. This coin's better than that coin. This is going to go to this. Kaspa's better than Bitcoin. Blah, blah, BS crap is what it all is. Monero is one of the strongest communities, I think, in the space when it comes to a coin. You know, all coins should really look at Monero and be like, you know what? We should be like that. Everyone's helping each other. Everyone's talking about things. Price isn't an issue when it comes to Monero. It's about the point of the coin, and that is privacy. And I think that's one of the coins that's truly going to really nail it when it does come to, you know, undermining governments and the traditional fiat system and so on. I think Monero is at the forefront of that entire charge. So, yeah, you know, that's my 2 cents on Monero. Why hold XMR when it loses money? See, that's the point, Yusuf Putz. That's the money talk, Chuck. But what it's for and what it's trying to do is a totally different scenario. And that's where the community is really strong on Monero, is the purpose of the privacy and everything. They don't care about big, huge listings. They don't care about a whole bunch of stuff. It's about the purpose of the coin and being able to use it for day-to-day transactions, peer-to-peer transactions, running your own node, doing your own transactions off your own node at home. That's what everybody keeps trying to push on people when it comes to Monero. And that is good and strong when it comes to a blockchain. But yeah, that's just, you know, that's my 2 cents on it. Retail has no idea what gives crypto value, sadly. Yeah, for sure. You know, like right now we look at a price of Monero. Like we look at, oh, it's only that, it's only that. But you know, what is the price? That's what people are willing to pay for and stuff. But what's going on behind the scenes? Behind hidden transactions? You know, people could be getting things worth 10 times the current price of it based on what people value Monero at on their own. We don't know what's going on in the background. We don't know what peer-to-peer transactions are happening. Someone could probably bought a freaking Lamborghini for one Monero, though we know. That's $200 and some $1,000 depending on the brand of it because it was done through Monero. We don't know really what's going on. Obviously, you know, it doesn't make sense. You'll do that. This is how much it's only worth. I can only sell it for that. But that's just all the, you know, profit people looking at here. But, you know, the main transactions that are happening in the privacy blockchain in the background, we don't know the true value of what people are using to buy with Monero and peer-to-peer. That's the part we don't know what's going on. And that's the really strong part of Monero. So it's interesting. Anyway. How about XMR is how, yeah, exactly. XMR is how crypto should be. And I think every coin should look at it just for an idea of, you know what, this is how we should probably try to run our communities and stuff. But right now it's all like, oh, my coin's better than your coin's better than that coin. This price is that, and that's doing that. This is outperforming that, and that's doing that. And XMR just hangs out in the background and says, I don't care. We're just doing our thing. And, you know, they have one of the best communities, I think. But yeah, anyway. That's just my 2 cents on the whole situation. Binance banned XMR. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. XMR will rebound like it always does. It fell the exact same time 4 years ago, almost to the exact same day, the same percent. And Binance wasn't even the largest exchange. I feel that didn't even have a ripple effect. That was more of a, all right, let's sell the news type of thing, and it's just going to rebound. So Binance doesn't end all of all crypto. Binance is just Binance. They could collapse at any time. Just hold on to your own coins. Who cares about Binance? Who cares about Coinbase? Who cares about all these things? If people want a coin, they'll buy it. Sure, a lot of the other exchanges have all these people for the volume, but that's not necessarily what's going to run the entire market. Off-ramps being closed to XMR. Yeah, they're trying to close it up. But again, who cares? The point of XMR is peer-to-peer transactions. It's not about an exchange and off-ramp and stuff. These are the things that everyone, you're still too close-minded on what the purpose of crypto. Everyone's talking about, oh, that we're going to be doing transactions. We're going to be buying things with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to take over the fiat system. But right now, all we can talk about is the price of every coin. And the same thing's happening with XMR now. I just finished saying it's about peer-to-peer transactions. I'm going to buy a jacket or a Lamborghini with XMR only from my wallet using my own node to their wallet, and no one can even track that transaction. They don't know what's going on. That's peer-to-peer transactions, not about the price that's going on here or what's happening there. Everyone still cares about the fiat price of things, but the main purpose is eventually supposed to be that peer-to-peer transaction. Who needs off-ramps? Use the crypto for its... Yeah, exactly, Retro Bike. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. It's about the fiat off-ramps. That's not the point of this at all. You don't need an off-ramp. You go off-ramp, then you sell your bill, or you go to buy, you know, okay, say you take your coin, you sell it, you put it in your bank account, now you go buy a Lamborghini. Well, the whole point of it is peer-to-peer. I take my XMR, I send it to that dealer, they give me the Lamborghini. There is no in-between off-ramp needed whatsoever. That is the point of peer-to-peer and the evolution of what crypto should turn into type of thing. But yeah. Retro Mike bought a Maserati with BTC in 2019. You hear that? Peer-to-peer, guys. That's awesome. That was awesome. Good job, Retro Mike. Sweet stuff. But yeah, guys, remember, long-term focus. It's peer-to-peer transactions, not fiat off-ramps. That's where a lot of people are getting misguided when the true nature of crypto. Yes, you know, we're mining for profits. We're trying to get this. We're converting it back to fiat. We're trying to pay our things. But long term, guys, I think Monero is ahead of the game on all these coins because, you know, their focus is peer-to-peer transactions. So it's going to be interesting. What else do we got here? Can you recommend ASIC hosting and how the fees would work? Well, Terra hosting, you can check out Terra hosting there. You know, Hawk and them. You are aware of Terra hosting? I'm not 100. I'm sure a lot of you guys heard Terra hosting. So it's Terra hosting. It depends where you are. If it's low, if it's GPUs and stuff as well. You know, if you're in Canada, Custom Computing is doing some hosting. That's where I have some of my Apollos and Jazz miners and stuff. The ones that aren't too loud is all over there. They also do GPUs, so that's an option. And, you know, other than that, you know, I'm not really 100% sure on hosting services. I'm really sketched out. I really feel it's iffy to send all your hardware somewhere and now it's no longer physically in your presence because you never know what could happen. But, you know, those are the only two I can kind of vouch for right now, but we'll see what happens. No one hold XMR. I got XMR. I got like 5 or 6, maybe 10. I don't even remember. I've checked my wallet, but I got XMR hanging out in the wall. It's been sitting there forever. I bought my first freaking CPU dedicated mining rig with XMR. Although I did swap it into fiat technically, blah blah, and did it that way. It wasn't peer to peer, but you know, I did mine enough and used XMR for my first dedicated CPU rig. I have a K7, so might like to find hosting for that. J-Rod D, yeah, so I do believe Hawk does do Terra hosting over there. They accept, I think they accept any ASIC other than Kaspa ASICs because of a high failure rate or something going on with those. So I believe they will accept the K7. You know, reach out to Hawk there and say Rabid sent you and see what happens. It's losing how much money XMR loses. I have 100. You have 100. Mike Baldwin has 100 XMR. Rock, he has more than me. Mike Baldwin is an XMR whale. XMR whale. If you had 4K to spend on some hardware, what would you get? 4K on hardware. Oh, is that USD or Canadian? USD or Canadian? Because you know it's a lot bigger, different decision on the two. Outhouse says, "Who's that? Have I looked at the coin? Not 100% yet, but I have looked at it a little bit." Snark's the main. I bought helium hotspots with crypto 2 to 3 years back. Got some hotspots with crypto, 4K demo, hive wrapper, GeoNed, rest on an ASIC. That's what DJ says. Get some demos, some hive mappers, a GeoNet, whatever that is. Oh, GeoNet. Is that the weather one? I've been looking at that weather one. I forgot about that one. That one, I've always wanted a weather station. Now that they got a crypto one, I'm all in for that. And then the rest on an ASIC. Yeah, you know, that's a very interesting side there. ASICs are obviously the profitable way side. Now, do you plan on... It all depends on how you want to mine crypto and the coins you want. I believe CPUs and GPUs are a lot more diversible, obviously. But ASICs does have the highest profitability. Depending on the coin, though, it's going to be interesting. I don't think you should probably spend any money this year on a script miner because there may be a whole bunch of way better ones coming out. So I'd lay low on L7s, see what happens with the L9s and everything else that's rumored to release. But K7, when did that come out? That one might be due for an update soon. No, K7 is fairly new, isn't it? 2 years or something? That one might be good for another 2 or 3 years. That's interesting. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Weather XM is different. I use, oh, they're different ones. Okay, so there's multiple now. I have no idea. Demo is like 8 to 10 week lead time. Yeah, I can't even use a demo. I wanted one, but I can't even use one because my vehicles are too old. My truck's a 2008 and my car's a 97. They don't work in those. So I'm like, damn it. So I got to wait till I get a new car. So I got to wait for Honey to pump up enough so I can buy some new vehicles and then I can get a demo. You know, it works out long term. That's my plan, though. FPGA boys. Oh yeah, the FPGAs are pretty darn sweet as well. I think I got the K10 Plus rocking on Nautilus right now. I think that's where it's at. Is it on Nautilus? Let me see. I gotta see. I think I got it on Nautilus. Engage. Yeah, it's rocking Nautilus. I don't know if Nautilus is still pretty good or not, but it's doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Let's see. Engage. Oh, it's gonna take it. I don't know what's been going on with K1 Pool. It's been like really slow lately. Anyone else notice that, or is it just my internet? Could be my internet. I'm all for my internet and just not being good too. Do you have a PDU you would recommend for an ASIC like a KS3M? I'm not sure. I'd have to look into them all. I use a kind of a different one. A lot of people use just the 30 amp PDUs. How come this is not loading? I'll wait on that for a bit. So a lot of people use the ones that just have the CL13 plugs right along it, the big ones. Now I go with unmetered PDUs because one, they're cheaper, and two, you can set up a meter box or your own type of thing, so you have an idea of how much power you're using. And then I also got a mixture between C11 or C13 and C19 plugs. That way, you can run those higher. Some of the big miners, they come with they need C20 plugs there. So I do use those ones. So it has a mixture of both. But you can get C13 to C19 and C20 type of cable. So then it doesn't really matter. But I like to keep all mine kind of separate. So I do have ones that have the different type of cables already built for it. Nautilus, loading up here. Rewards. It's past 24 hours. So about $17 a day. 783 coins per 24 hours. Is what this FPGA is rocking here. About last 3 hours, 33.79 gigahash. Rocking some Nautilus coin. So yeah, that's what I got that on currently. I might swap it to something else. So I should probably sell it really soon. I don't expect any of these coins to really do good. So I should probably take profits while they're there because everything's probably just going to crash on them. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm not a crypto trader. I don't know if any of these coins actually are going to have any value or not. Wait till the bull run and hopefully they go up. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What do you guys think? Do you guys think any of these things are going to spike 2x today? Well, it's a good thing I've been on it for like 4 or 5 days then, because if it just spiked 2x today, yields were 2x more than they were over the past couple days. Thoughts on Neoxa? Neoxa is interesting. It's been seeing a nice price gain. I don't really have too much of it. It is a gaming-oriented game. I feel one thing about Neoxa, though, is I don't know. They've been kind of changing their stories a lot. You guys need to know remember how a lot of these coins come out? I feel like some of you guys are probably getting stabbed in the back and just taking it and not realizing it. But it started off as, we're mineable, awesome, good stuff. And then eventually they pull back the mining rewards, kind of like Furo. And then they move more into the nodes, and they move into the nodes. And now, it happened 2 or 3 times now where the mining rewards drop more and more, and they're giving more to nodes, which is slowly moving more to the proof of stake side of things and smart node side of things over the other things. Now, the coin, whether it does good or bad, I think it's probably going to go up. Gamer coin is one of the top ones. Good for that, but as purely being saying how great you are for the miners and you're always there for miners, and then slowly cutting back while miners still pump you up thinking you're still awesome stuff, you're just kind of, I don't know, I think they're kind of backstabbing miners personally, but that's just my 2 cents, and everyone else just loves them, so who knows? We'll see what happens. Moving forward, I miss the good old days mining ETH and Bitcoin. Oh man, I remember seeing that video. Old CPU. This only makes $50 a day. Mine like 50 freaking Bitcoin a day or something. Imagine that. An old PC back in 2009. Kaspa network hash is stretching. Ooh, scratching 200 petahash. Bitmain must be in testing phases. Let's have a look at that. Let's take a look at Kaspa. Oh, and Ice River. I forgot Ice River. Ice River could be testing phase as well with their new miner. 192 offline. Have we seen any spikes? Oh, we see Kaspa pools going up a bit. All right, so there's a spike right about here on Kaspa pool. Went from 31 to 33. Nothing major, but it went up. Nothing distinct in one major pool, though. They're spreading the hash. They're spreading it around. Interesting. But yeah, we are pushing almost 200 here. Ice River is coming out with their new Kaspa ASIC very, very soon. It'll be interesting to see what it is. I do think it's probably going to be a KS3, KS5 high-end type of miner. Possible launch of KS1, KS2 Pros. We might see fall behind, but I really think this next miner they're going to release is probably the response to Bitmain. Now, it's probably not going to be as good as Bitmain's, but it's going to be pretty close, just like how their KS3 was pretty decent compared to Bitmain's KS3. But we'll just have to wait and see some final numbers on that. ETC is unstoppable. ETC, let's hopefully it does some good things. Everything. We're hoping everything does good, guys. You know, it's not like we said earlier, this coin's better than that coin's doing that, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's about all the coins together and us as miners. We need them all to just do good. You know, everyone needs to just get along. All the coins do good and everybody gets rich. How about that? That's awesome. Let's take it that way. I actually don't miss Ethereum. It's weird. Mining is much more fun now. I'm actually been making a lot more than when I didn't have like a huge GPU farm though. Like when Ethereum was around, I had, like I said, 20 GPUs or something. It was making decent money for sure. But, you know, as I've been expanding other hardware, so, you know, I'm making a lot more than I ever did when Ethereum was around. So, you know, it's just interesting how things turn around and stuff. I'm really waiting for this bull run, though. I'm really excited. We'll see what happens. I have no idea what coin's going to do what, but we're all hopeful that everything just does good. For instance, Chlor AI is a fork of Kapow, and many made good money on that. Forks make money, so do original algos. Yeah, but Chlor AI is also actually doing a pretty big different thing other than Ravencoin. Yes, they're a fork, but they added in so many extra layers to what they're doing with their node service and being rented to do. They're like a proof of useful work type of thing. So Chlor AI, you can't even really compare. I feel Chlor AI is superior, or if I'm using that the right way, is way better than Ravencoin. Ravencoin seems pretty old at this point in time, and I think Chlor AI and a lot of these forks are probably going to outperform Ravencoin by quite a bit moving into this, just because they're doing things that people want and stuff. And I think Ravencoin's been kind of falling flat lately, but you know, the bull run will come and it's still going to pump. But I do think we're going to see bigger gains on platforms like Chlor AI and stuff over outperforming Ravencoin and stuff. But again, I just finished saying it doesn't matter about this coin and that coin doing that, blah blah. Hopefully they all just do good. But that's another thing, you know, that question always comes out. What fork ever did better than the original type of thing? That, well, Chlor AI is, I guess, a pretty good example. It is probably going to do better than Ravencoin. What other forks are out there? Those lots, actually, if you really think about it. There's quite a few forks out there that are doing really well. Pyron's doing pretty good. It's hilarious. Remember, Pyron's going back up again, actually, now. But last week and past few days, you know, Pyron's been spiking. And in the Kaspa forums, people are saying, you know, should we be scared of Pyron? Is Pyron... and, like, people are considering taking their money out of freaking Kaspa and putting it to Pyron. So that was interesting. Will it do good long term? I have no idea. Hopefully it does. But I just don't know. I don't know anything if any of these forks will do anything, but long term, guys, it's all about hopefully every coin just does good. But it's crazy. It's crazy. We're seeing some forks that are really starting to do things and take off, which is awesome. But yeah. How much will pay for a dual Epic 7742 now? I don't know. They're a lot more than when I got mine. So I'm not 100% sure how much would I pay for it? I paid about 4,000 Canadian when I got mine, I think. I think now they're like $5,500, $6,000. So, yeah, I could definitely build And I only got it really because I wanted to test one out and compare them. Now it seems like everybody is freaking buying them. It's crazy. But personally, I'm sticking with 7950Xs, 7950X3Ds. You know, they're pretty close to the same efficiency. Now the new Epics are a bit better, but they're just way too expensive. So 7000 series, 16 cores is all I'm going with. It's going to be cheaper than buying the Epic, and you're pretty close to the same efficiencies. When is the bull run ending? I am going to assume that'll start happening halfway through 2026. The bottom of Bitcoin will probably happen towards the end of 2026. But it's too early to start talking about that. We got to wait and see when we actually peak on Bitcoin. But that should be around October and November of next year. But we'll just see how it goes out, you know. We always say, everyone's always saying it's different this time. We're going to find out if it is in fact different this time. I don't think it is. I don't think it's ever different. It's the same thing every single time. But we'll just see how big will Bitcoin go. I made a decent chunk of the pie and cheese. Nice. Which GPU would you recommend mining next 2 years? 4090s. My personal opinion would be 4090s, but I wouldn't get any yet because I'm wondering if the 5090 is going to come. If the 5090s drop this year, end of the year, that's the one you're going to want for the next 2 years. The 3000 series dropped this year, 4 years ago. 2020, was it 2020? No, 2020. The end of 2020 is when the 3000 series dropped, and that led the prime GPUs for the bull cycle with Ethereum and everything. Now we're coming in 4 years later. We're in 2024 now. The 5090 could be the 5000 series. 5090 could be the GPU you want moving forward. And if it does release with if it is, you know, that 512-bit bus, it's going to destroy the 4090 and the 3000 series on memory core or on memory-based coins. And then also if it gets a massive core boost, it's just going to blow away the 4090. We could see. That's a lot of things, guys. When the 4090 first released, remember, NVIDIA was upset with the 4090. As weird as that sounds, they're upset. They didn't get as good of reviews as they initially thought they would get, and they actually wrote off the entire 4000 series line. Right when the 4090 released, they said, we're working on 5090 already. It's going to be the best thing you've ever seen. That was from day one of the 4090. So they've just been throwing out these different 4000 series from there, and they've been way better on core-based stuff, which is all the profitable coins right now throughout all this compared to 3000 series and all AMDs and so on. And now they're going to increase, and they said the one major thing they're going to do for the 5000 series is give it that extra memory. And now the leaks are, you know, about double the memory bandwidth of the 4 and 3000 series is what they're kind of saying right now. Plus, they're going to be improving that core. I just think it's a no-brainer that the 5090 is going to be the GPU you're going to want to hold out for. But I don't know for sure. We're just going to have to wait and see. But I would probably pick up a few 4090s right now, just when I open this up and said how bad my freaking 12 by Octa rig looks. Like, seriously, in these core-based coins, I look at my Octa, I was pumped to turn it on. As soon as I turn on my 4090, I want to smash every single 3070, my whole entire Octa times 12 rig. I want to just run it over the tank and destroy it, because the 14090 is almost 50% of the hash rate at 10% of the power of that entire 12 card rig. It's just insane how good these GPUs are now. So I really think holding out for the 5090, if it does release this year, is probably the best case, instead of buying cheap garbage 3070s, 3060 Ti's, 570s, or, you know, whatever right now. But if you have cheap power, it's okay. You can turn them on and always be profitable. But, you know, I'm always about the efficiency, the most you can make per hash, per watt of power used. And I think that's going to be in the 5090 when it comes. That's my 2 cents. I could be wrong. Like, not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. Hold on for a second, guys. I forgot about this. Oh, I can't find it. My buttons aren't working, so I can't just do it. You guys know where I'm going at here. Where is it? Oh my gosh. It's gone. Great. I can't find my narrator guy. Oh man. Where is it? Oh great. Well, this sucks. Oh well. Fun times. Let me see. Let's see this. It might have worked. Load. Here we go.
Anything you hear on the rabidmining channel is not financial advice. Do not take anything he says with financial advice. Again, rabidmining is not financial advice.
I don't know. Something like that. Is the 7800 X3D good for mining? Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a CPU. It's good. Yeah, but no, I don't have one of those. When it comes to the X3Ds, when it comes to any, I would just go 12 and 16 core CPUs. You want the density. It all depends on the room you have, but that's pretty much all I'm rocking. What kind of update do you want on Cubic? We kind of talked about that earlier. Like, hold it out, wait. Hopefully you find souls. It's all solo based, and then every Wednesday get your payout. That's about all there is. Chill out, relax, and wait a week. We get paydays every week here around here if you're mining Cubic. Hey Rabid, I am only CPU mining and concerned by fires. Should I be, and what are some ways to reduce risks? Well, always make sure your connections are tight. Same thing with GPU mining. You know, you have a bunch of fans spinning, small vibrations. Everything slowly vibrates, and eventually, you know, you could slowly vibrate a clip out. A little clip will break as it dries out, depending on how dry the air is and stuff. And just so, you know, maybe once a week. You don't have to do it once a week, or maybe once a month. But I usually do every week, check all my connections. You know, I shut off each rig. I check each connection, make sure everything's tight, make sure nothing's getting warmer than it normally would. Fire my rig back up and go. So that's basic stuff, though. Just make sure your connections are always tight, and, you know, see if anything's starting to warm up or anything. Usually you will find something start to melt or, you know, fail at the pin side of things. So right at the connections. It's really rare that the wires themselves is the issues on any of this, but if you do get cheap garbage Chinese wire, then they could have a thicker insulation and a thin wire, and that would be the cause. But most of the time, all the failure rates are happening at the pins right where the connections are. So always make sure those are tight and check them. What about, okay, we went through that. Is the Intel BZM2 real? I have no idea. What the heck is that big supercomputer? There is some $1 million a month rental supercomputer flying around. I don't know what it's called though. BZM2. Intel BZM2. I don't know what that is. Intel has 2 generations of the Bitcoin ASICs. So I don't know what's really going on. They were in fact making Bitcoin ASICs, yes, and they did have a partnership. I don't know if it was with Hive Mining or who is it? Maybe Hut 8. I'm not sure, but they did make some miners for them. I just don't know what happened. You can't get them on the public. I emailed them for a while and they said this is not going to be a public release miner. It's only said to like said people. So I don't know what's actually happening with that, but it was real. I don't know if it actually ever came to light. But Intel making decent chips for mining is a thing other than consumer grade CPUs. As we know with the Superscaler K10 Plus, I do believe those are actually Intel chips inside of those FPGAs. And those are pretty awesome FPGAs. So Intel, they're not 100% failure rate, but consumer grade CPUs, they do suck for mining. But designated hardware, it does seem like Intel is actually pretty good. So I don't know. We'll wait and see. My best rigs have 2 physical CPUs mining. I love 1300 watts power supplies. Nice. Intel isn't in the ASIC game. Did they quit? Yeah, I wasn't sure. It was a while ago I talked to them, but they were making them, and I just don't know whatever came of it. They must have quit then, I guess. They probably quit. Makes sense. They're making FPGAs now. How to calculate the current profit for each soul I find for Cubic. So I pointed that out earlier. You can rewind the stream, but this is the link. Put in your hash, divide by the price of the coin and everything, and you know you can figure it out just by using that calculator. That's the calculator I use for anything. Anyway, guys, we have been here for over an hour and a half. Tomorrow will be our AMA, so we will be back live and ripping and rocking tomorrow. So I appreciate everyone for showing up for this live stream, and I will see you all in the next one. Rabid out. Where's my button? Oh my gosh, I can't find my button. Here we go. I found it. All right. Thanks for coming, guys. Hit that subscribe button, like button, all that other good stuff, and maybe a $10,000 super chat so I can get a new epic. I'm just kidding. I'll talk to you guys later.